Good morning, I'm Al Litman, Mayor of Mesquite. We have not received today's COVID-19 report yet, but it can be found on health.mesquitenv.gov as soon as we have it. Today is 9/11. Sadly, our memorial is canceled because of COVID-19 concerns. For the first time, the Exchange Club of Mesquite's annual Remember 9/11 tribute held in front of City Hall will not be conducted this year. Each year in a 45-minute ceremony attended by members of the community, honors are given to first responders, Mesquite police and fire and rescue personnel, and the 2,977 people that lost their lives that tragic day. There is also a look back on the events of September 11th, 2001, and people are asked to look deep within themselves and share the stories of American heroes and lives lost on that fateful day. This year, 19 years later, the Exchange Club is asking people to take just 45 minutes out of their day to pay tribute in their own way to those who were affected by the terrible events of 9/11, by doing a good turn for a neighbor or by helping a family member remember and understand what happened 19 years ago, or perhaps just reflecting on that day. For me, it is as vivid now in my mind's eye as it was that morning watching the TV 5,000 miles away from New York. For those of you with family members old enough to understand those events, the story must be told. We should never forget. The Exchange Club of Mesquite plans to resume this remembrance in front of City Hall next year on September 11th, 2021, the 20th anniversary of the terrorist attacks on our country. I know this will happen. We are Mesquite strong. By the way, my wife and I had a COVID-19 test the other day. Just like the census, it was fast and simple. Take my word for it, totally painless. I know there's some resistance to taking the test by many residents, but by taking the test, you are providing data to the governor, who will use this data in his decision-making when we open up more activities in Mesquite. No, it's not political, but by doing our part, we might be helping a business or a sport or any number of activities start to return to a more normal existence, especially getting our schools opened up in Mesquite. Kids need this as well as parents. I want to spend a little time today talking about how to help children with attention problems navigate remote learning. It's hard enough for children without learning problems. It's far harder for those with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Looking at the numbers, around 15% of our children in school have this problem. I call it a problem because problems can usually be solved, at least to some degree. Kids with attention problems are likely quite confused by the current circumstances and unsure of how they are supposed to act. Kids in school do most of their work on site. Hopefully there's structure provided, a teaching style that they are used to, or at least trying to get used to, and a physical environment designed to foster learning. Being home for weeks with their toys, games, a parent or parents, and often siblings around them make it seem like a vacation to many children, no matter how much adults present and insist it is not a break. Children's learning is usually supported by watching others work, following along with the group, especially in the early grades, and asking teachers for help, and of course, sometimes friends. Remember when you were in grade school? Without this structure and support, children with attention problems may feel lost, confused, and disoriented, and because of this, feel even less drive to engage in their work, and most likely try to avoid it. I don't usually give my opinion, but medication is the last resort as far as I'm concerned, and never let a teacher or school administrator suggest it. Before you ever consider putting a child on ADHD meds, you need to consult a doctor who specializes in children. Yes, medication often settles a child down, but the side effects can be less than pleasant. Today I'll talk about physical needs. Changes to routine disrupt biorhythms, which make it harder for kids to regulate their behavior and attention. And what can be a bigger disruptor of a normal school day than staying at home day after day? If your child has difficulty with attention, they need regular physical exercise and movement breaks. You as parents or caregivers need to schedule indoor and outdoor breaks, similar to what your child would have had at school. If your child takes medication for attention or behavior issues, ask your doctor if you should make any changes to the usual school day medication regimen. Keep in mind that most ADHD medications affect appetite, which you might not fully have witnessed if your child usually eats in school or with a different child care provider. You might ask, how do I know? Believe me, after 18 years in the classroom, I do. Monday, I'll go into further detail with more ideas that can help you through dealing with distance learning and not only keeping the sanity of your children, but your own. Until then, keep the faith, stay Mesquite strong, and we will survive. Thank you.